So this is the IPEVO VC-Z4K UHD PTZ camera. Okay, bit of a mouthful there, isn't it? PTZ stands for pan, tilt, zoom, and IPEVO are all about affordable solutions. And this is an affordable solution for maybe lecturers, classroom teachers, anyone who needs to capture a speaker who is maybe moving around. Pan, tilt, zoom camera will do it for you. You're looking for this device at $1,000. So translate that into whatever your local currency is. Power cable, it's the type of device that you leave in a position in a room, the room that you are maybe streaming from regularly. Has a remote to be able to operate it. I think you can stream directly from it, and an old school USB-B, and also a connector. Looks like an internal computer connector, so you can really hook it straight into a computer. I'm pretty excited because this is the type of device that I was hoping IPEVO would be producing in the future. I'm hoping that this has got a really high quality camera in it this time, along with the pan, tilt and zoom functionality. What are they claiming that it can do? Record and live stream directly from the device. Lots of different connectors. So it's got a 4K sensor in it, it's got 12 times optical zoom, it's got autofocus and auto AI tracking, so it should be able to track a speaker or a group of speakers around a room. There's 4 different options for the video output. So HDMI output, you can do USB 3.0 it says, which I guess is this one. Yeah, so it is a B port, but it's still a 3.0 port. You can go directly video output for the LAN, or you can go SDI, which is this one here. So that's a very old school, that's what I call a PAL video connector. I doubt I'll be using that one. And it can do H.264 or 265 encoding, and you get a web interface as well. And of course you have the remote control, so you can control the thing itself. I don't know how I'm personally going to record from it today, but I'll figure it out. So I guess I'm going to go from the USB directly into a computer. Seems sensible. I'll try that out next door, I think. One more important thing to say at this point is that IPEVO have sent this out for review. I haven't had to pay for this, but they have no influence whatsoever on the content of this video. That being said, though this video is unsponsored, I have before and will in the future work with IPEVO on sponsored content. This, however, will be my honest thoughts, and I'll bring you both the positives and the negatives in this review. I don't know how I can record 4K from it, which is what I really want to do. That will be the big challenge for today for it. Yeah, and there we go. I think I've pretty much got that all figured out, and it is now on a tripod and is working just fine. As you can see, it can pan, it can tilt, and it can zoom. And well, those are the prerequisites of a pan, tilt, zoom camera. And yeah, it's pretty good quality. I can see there now. I'm getting 4K images off this. I'm just using the Windows app on my laptop, and it's connected by USB. So the USB is 4K. You only get the option of 4K 30, which is frustrating for me because my ordinary camera is running on 25 frames per second, and that will be a bit of a nuisance when I combine the footage later. I also have the IPEVO vocal, which is going in by Bluetooth as a microphone input. And well, it took me a little bit of time to actually figure out all of the different functions, I'm going to be honest. And the minute I've got tracking off, so turn tracking on, and now it should just follow me about. It does quite a good job of that, and it will just kind of try and keep me centered in the frame. And that's just one of its main kind of functions, really, is that it's going to track a speaker, it's going to track a person. So yeah, there's lots of different sort of use cases here on the website. You can see you can have sort of it track different zones within the classroom. You can have it track a speaker on stage. You've got so a 70-degree field of view, so that means it's going to need to be quite far back in the room. But then you've got 12 times optical zoom and 15 times digital zoom, so that's quite good as well. As you can see, this kind of use case here of them zooming in on a whiteboard as well. What I quite like, what I've seen quite interesting here, of course, a 4K sensor makes it, it's going to be acceptable quality even when it's zooming in with a digital zoom, is this idea here that you can have different preset positions, different preset framing points. So this instance here, they've set up different presets, and you can press these buttons and it zoom into those. So if that all works seamlessly, then it is going to really justify the price. And the USB does seem to be the setting just to go directly into things like Zoom and Skype. That's going to stream out 1080, I think, if you do that. I like having the presets. I think that's a really cool idea. So with these cameras, you can have them on a desk, you can have them on a tripod. I'll be doing that. And you could also hang it upside down from a ceiling, which a lot of organizations will do with these type of camera. Yeah, and along with it suggests some of their audio products, which are good, or indeed some of their other video conferencing products as well. I think it's really cool. Great, let's get it tested out. I can't today test out whether it'll do well tracking more than one person, but we'll see. And I'd like to find out how far it will actually track me. So let's go further back into the garden. And yeah, you can see it's doing a good job of keeping me in the frame there, isn't it? The other options that I've got, that was just tracking on or off. At any point I can press home. The range of the remote control doesn't seem to be getting this far though. I turn tracking off and then I've just got control over the thing. Pull it back of the camera. All of this is happening on the camera, so the tracking is all happening on the actual camera itself. The computer is not controlling the camera where it's being pointed. Got some other options. I've got region tracking, so that could be, rather than tracking a person, I suppose that could be tracking like a whiteboard. And I've also got real-time tracking, and that real-time tracking, as you can see, is just doing a better job of keeping up with me as I go. And I can choose the target. Yes, if there was more than one face in there, it would just scroll through targets by pressing the function button there. So that's quite good. And the other feature that I was really excited by was the use of the camera presets. And that took me a little bit of time to actually figure out. And I do think, although there's a quick start guide in the box and there's a quick start guide you can download, I do think that they ought to go ahead and give you a full manual. That was a bit of a frustration. And so when you do the presets, you need to press preset and then the button. And then it says set preset, and then I can move the camera to somewhere else. Let's go for a different preset. How about sat down? And I can press preset 2. Yeah, set preset 2. And now I want to press 1. It didn't work. Maybe I need to turn tracking off. Let's make this set preset 1. Although home button takes you back to that sort of straight on view that I have there. And then I can press 2. And now it's going into my seated position that I just set there. So preset 1. And preset 2, and I can have up to 10 of these, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So that's really good. So I am well impressed by this thing, I must admit. So I'm just going to get the footage off and have a little look at it in a moment. Next thing I'm going to do though, I want to see how good is that zoom quality. Zoom right in on Gotama there. In that, to me, looks pretty darn sharp. And I can make that preset 3. Let's press set preset, then the number. Let's slowly zoom out to preset 1 there. Preset 2. And in on Gotama. So yeah, this is good, isn't it? Now, other things to say about it, there is an adapter just out to an ordinary VGA, which is very nice. It also has a slot for just an ordinary microphone in. You've been listening to the vocal so far, but you can also actually, I could clip this wireless mic directly into the port there as well. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this camera at all. You know what else it makes me want to teach? It makes me want to go ahead and set up my room like lecture style and do a whole exposition, a whole teaching online again like I used to. This is an excellent camera for if you need an online presence. I think what I will do, I think I'll go ahead and set up a live stream and bring you a live stream directly from this one at some point soon. Just to try out. Thanks once again to IPEVO for sending this out. I'd just say one thing that I'd like to see on it would be some kind of internal recording, so like a memory card slot or something, so that you could actually just use it as a recorder, a sort of standalone camera of its own. And then you could just hook it up to a screen, you could control it that way. And you wouldn't have to have it plugged into a computer to do any recording. And as I said, I do think they need a better set of instructions so that you're not in that kind of moment where you're a bit lost trying to get the thing set up at first. And the frustrations that I had with it, apart from that, were only really to do with setting up Windows things. So it was a little bit tricky to get Bluetooth connected and make sure that the Windows camera app was actually recording the right microphone, but that isn't IPEVO's fault. That is just difficulties with running multiple devices and recording sound from a different place than the actual camera itself. Of course, the nice thing is that you have got that audio jack input, and so you can just go ahead and use that, and then it'll just be recording straight audio straight from the camera.